Hello everyone, today we're going to be doing an example from section 3.4 of our textbook, which is about the lone chooser method. Okay, Hermione, Luna, and Neville are dividing up a cake, and this cake is 1/4 each chocolate, vanilla, coconut, and orange. So we see we've got a round cake, we're viewing it from above, and the full 360 degrees of that circle is divided into 4/4 of 90 degrees each. All right, Luna is randomly determined to be the chooser, which means that Neville and Hermione are going to be the dividers. And we've got information about each of their preferences, and we are randomly determining that Neville is going to divide the cake first. So he cuts it right down the middle. So one slice is coconut and vanilla, the other is chocolate and orange. Okay, first question. What share should Hermione pick? So let's look at Hermione's likes. She likes coconut and vanilla equally, but hates the other two. So S1 is coconut and vanilla, which she likes, and S2 is chocolate and orange, which she doesn't like. So she is going to pick S1, and that means that Neville is going to get S2. Okay, and let's look at part B. How might Hermione subdivide her share? Well, she likes coconut and vanilla equally. So this whole half of the cake she views equally. One part she doesn't like more than the other, so she can just take this whole thing and divide it into thirds. And remember, half of this is 180 degrees, so that is 60 degrees here, 60 degrees here, and 60 degrees here. Okay, so she's going to have one slice that's 60 degrees coconut up top. On the bottom, she's going to have one slice that's 60 degrees vanilla. And then this slice in the middle, I may not have drawn it perfectly, but this division between coconut and vanilla is right in the middle of that 60 degrees. So that middle slice is 30 degrees coconut, 30 degrees vanilla. And that is how she divides up her shares. Okay, part C, how is Neville going to divide up his share? Well, let's remind ourselves what are Neville's preferences. Neville likes chocolate and coconut equally, but hates the other two. Okay. So Neville likes chocolate and coconut equally and hates orange and vanilla. So this whole orange quarter of the cake has 0 value to Neville. He may as well not even have it. For him, the value is all in the chocolate, so he's going to take that chocolate part and divide it into 3 equal pieces. So that 90 degrees is getting divided up into 3 equal pieces of 30 degrees each. And this orange is just going to come along for the ride with that last piece. So he gets 2 30-degree chocolate pieces and then 1 30-degree chocolate, 90-degree orange. Okay, and now we want to know which shares should Luna choose. And let's remind ourselves about Luna's preferences. She likes chocolate and vanilla equally, but she hates the other two, orange and coconut. Okay, so let's look at Hermione's shares up here. Okay, Luna likes chocolate and vanilla. So up here we've got coconut, vanilla, or coconut vanilla. Well, Luna hates coconut. She's going to take the most vanilla that she can, so she's going to choose that 60-degree vanilla piece. Okay, so from Hermione, she's going to pick the 60-degree vanilla piece, And from Neville, well, Neville has 2 that are chocolate only and 1 that is chocolate orange. We're going to assume that since she hates orange, she's not going to take any orange, so she's going to get 1 of those 30-degree chocolate pieces. Okay, what is the final division? Well, we just said that Luna gets the 60-degree vanilla and 30-degree chocolate. Neville gets left with 1 of the 30-degree chocolate pieces, and then that chocolate piece that was carrying all of the orange along for the ride. And Hermione, she was left with the 60-degree coconut piece and the half coconut, half vanilla piece. 30-degree coconut, 30-degree vanilla. And there's our final division. And the last thing we want to do here is determine how does each player value their share. Okay, so here Luna, we know, likes chocolate and vanilla equally. So chocolate, the total chocolate in the cake, all of the chocolate is 50% of the value, and all of the vanilla in the cake is 50% of the value. And we know she had 60 degrees vanilla and 30 degrees chocolate. Okay, so that vanilla part, it was 60 degrees out of the total 90 degrees of vanilla possible in the cake, and we're multiplying it by that 50%, and when we multiply it out, so 60/90ths of the 50% is rounded to 2 decimal places, 33 1/3% of the value. And the chocolate portion, she had 30 degrees out of a total of 90 degrees of chocolate available in the cake. That was 50% of the value. So 1/3 of 50 is going to be rounded to 2 decimal places, 16.67%. And when we add these together, we are going to get exactly 50%. So Luna's share, she thinks, has 50% of the value, which is more than fair. Now we want to do the same computation for Neville and Hermione. Okay, so for Hermione, she thinks that coconut, all of the coconut is half the value of the cake, and all of the vanilla is half the value of the cake. And we know that Hermione ended up with 60 degrees of coconut, and then she had a 30-degree coconut, 30-degree vanilla piece. Okay, so Hermione got all of the coconut. So she had all of it, which she thinks is worth 50% of the value. And the vanilla, she had 30 out of the total 90 degrees of vanilla available in the cake. And we're going to multiply that by the 50%. So 30 over 90 is 1/3. 1/3 of that 50% is 16.67%. And we're going to add these together. And that gives us 66.67% total. So Hermione thinks her share is worth this much. So she got a really good deal. Okay. And now let's do the same computation for Neville. Okay. So let's remember, Neville only likes chocolate and coconut. Okay, so we could say here coconut has 50% of the value of the cake. Chocolate also has 50%, orange has 0, and vanilla also has 0. Okay, But let's remember, he ended up with the 30-degree chocolate piece and the piece that was 30 degrees chocolate and all of that orange. Okay, so we only need to worry here about chocolate and orange. Well, the orange, he got 90 degrees of it, but he thinks it has 0% of the value. Okay, and now the chocolate, well, he got a total 30 and 30 is 60 degrees of the chocolate, so 60 out of a possible 90 degrees that was in the whole cake, and he thinks that all of that chocolate is worth 50%. We multiply that out and we get, rounded to 2 decimal places, 33.33%. So a third of the value basically. So again, we add them together, about 0% and 33.3. So Neville, he got a fair share because a fair share is 1/3, but he didn't get nearly as nice a share for him as Hermione and Luna got. But everybody got their fair share. That is it for today.